Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of Andrewsfootball.com, and with the 16th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, I had, past tense, the Carolina Panthers selecting Greg Little, the left tackle out of Ole Miss. But in my final mock draft, now, here's the thing, though. I think Greg Little's going to go in the first round. I think he's a day one starter, either at left or right tackle. And I do think he's going to go in the first round, even though most mock drafts don't have him in the first round. This is the guy I'm pounding the table on. He has the athletic ability despite the poor combine. And his film is that of a first-round player. I think this is a plug-and-play guy. And I also think that Carolina Panthers do need some help on the offensive line. But when I break down the Carolina Panthers a little more, I see them possibly going in a different direction. Now, if you watched my video regarding of trades, I do think that they're going to trade with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're going to flip-flop first-round picks, and I'm going to have details on that in my NFL trades video. So if you look at the attachment or the description below, I'm going to have that video fast-forwarded to it, so all you got to do is just play, and you can watch the details of that trade. However, on my mock drafts, I don't do trades, so I'm making the selection at the 16th pick, not at pick number 11 where I think they're going to trade to. Hopefully you caught that. Now, breaking down the Carolina Panthers, I do think they need some offensive line help. However, at pick number 16, I've noticed that they're changing their defensive philosophy. They're switching from their standard 4-3. They want to go a little more 3-4. They brought in Bruce Irvin to replace Julius Peppers. And I understand some Panther fans are going to say, wait a minute, Dan, Julius Peppers only had 5 sacks last year, but the year before he had 11. And keep in mind, Julius Peppers was 95 years old his last year. I'm joking, obviously, but he was still a really, really good player. So I do feel that even though he had 5 sacks last year, they need to replace him as far as their pass rush. And another thing that you have to consider is look at the division you're in. You're going against future first ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees, future Hall of Famer Matt Ryan. Now, Matt Ryan, a lot of people aren't saying belongs in the Hall of Fame. If his career ends now, today, I think he does get in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he's I don't think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, but he does get in the Hall of Fame. So you're going against 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks plus the former number 1 overall pick, Jameis Winston, who's now with quarterback guru Bruce Arians. So you got 3 really good quarterbacks you're going against, and you lose a key a future Hall of Fame pass rusher. So you really need to replace that more then you need offensive line help at pick number 16. So here's what I'm looking at. I do think they are going to trade, and I'm going to attach that video, like I said, below in the description so you can see the details of that trade. But at number 16, with the 16th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, I have the Carolina Panthers selecting Montez Sweat, the outside linebacker / defensive end out of Mississippi State. Now, here's the thing. You've probably heard that there's some health issues regarding Montez Sweat. And that's kind of the reason why I have him dropping all the way to 16. Because I think talent-wise, especially after the Combine, he's a top 10 player. I mean, after the Combine, everybody had him going in the top 10. And he has that type of athletic ability. And the tape also matches because he's strong against pass and run. Now, I've also looked at some of his film, and there's some things he kind of lacks. I don't see the bend. I don't see a variety of pass rushing moves. It almost seems like even though he's playing in the SEC, that he was getting by on more athleticism and pure athletic talent, which at 260, 270, he ran a 4.42, which is crazy fast. So could he get by on pure athleticism in the SEC? Yes. Can he do that in the NFL? No. Despite the freaky numbers at the Combine, he's not going to be able to get by on just not knowing technique, not being able to bend, not a variety of pass rushing moves. NFL teams will be able to defend against that. However, Ron Rivera is a really, really good defensive mind and a good defensive coach. So I think that they're going to put him in a position to succeed. Now, I do think that his health issues, there was a post on social media that he's been cleared, he's fine, he's 100%. But let's say NFL doctors are, and specifically the Carolina Panthers medical staff, doesn't feel that he's cleared. He's not going to go in the first round, okay? If he's not cleared, he's not going to go to first round. He may not go top 3 rounds, but I'm going under the impression on my mock draft that he is clear. However, if he's not, I'm going to throw out a few names. Number 1, Brian Burns. And they could go Brian Burns anyway, but if you had choice between Montez Sweat or Brian Burns, you're going to take Montez Sweat, obviously. But let's say he's not available. You don't like his medical. You're going to go Brian Burns. And this is a very good pass rusher, a first-round talent. I love this guy. You could also still go offensive line. In my new mock draft, Andre Dillard, my number 1 left tackle, he's available. So you could go ahead. This is a plug-and-play guy. You could also go Juwan Taylor, who is also available. You can go with Garrett Bradbury, who's my number 1 guard and center. I think he's a center, but you could have him play guard, and you could get by with that, and you'd be doing good. You could go with a wild card, Rashawn Gary, who I originally had going to Buffalo all the way at 9, is now still available. You could go with Rashawn Gary, who provides a different type of dimension. He did play a 5 technique in a 3-4 defense that they ran in Michigan, but he could do a variety of different things. You could actually, with that type of athleticism, in theory, use him as an outside linebacker. I don't recommend that, but could Ron Rivera do that? Sure, it's not outside the realm of possibility. Clyde Farrell's another guy who I've seen teams say that he could be a 3-4. I think when I look at him, I'm like, dude, you're a pure 4-3. Put on a few pounds, be a pure 4-3. He's a guy who I could actually see Kansas City trading up to get. But those are some other players I could see Carolina taking. But at 16, Montez Sweat, a guy who's fallen out of the top 10, is available. I actually think Carolina's going to fall in love with this kid. I think they're going to trade up to get him, but I don't do trades. So that's what I have here. Now, if you are a subscriber to Andrews Football, you already know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams are going to come true. But if you're new to my channel, you're a Montez Sweat fan, you're a Carolina Panthers fan, you're a fan of the NFL draft, you're a fan of mock drafts, or you're just a fan of awesome cowboy hats, I got a great idea for you. There's this button right down here. Check this out. Look. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Keep tuned to Andrews Football. I got another video coming later today. I'm going to break down New York Giants and what they're going to do at pick number 17. Stay tuned.